name is Wendy McCallum, medium from Surrey in the UK. It's 7:30 p.m. here, and I believe it's 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. So welcome, good afternoon and good evening. Wow, what a week. I hope that you've had a fantastic week. Mine's been really, really busy. I was at the Mind, Body, Spirit event in London this week with my lovely artwork, and it was just a phenomenal event. It was really lovely to see so many wonderful people and get to meet so many different people and learn about all these different healing modalities and things. And there was crystal balls the size of space hoppers. Oh my, I mean, they were absolutely massive, yeah. So I was in my element. I was absolutely in my element. So thank you so much. And I had some lovely fans turn up as well to come and see me, which I'm so grateful that they took the time to come and say hi to me. So I'm from Surrey in the UK, as I mentioned. I'm originally from Kilmarnock in Ayrshire in Scotland, and my lovely dad has given me some interesting facts about Kilmarnock in Scotland. He's 85, and he told me to tell you last week that Robbie Burns was from Kilmarnock in Ayrshire. He's the famous poet. He's from Ayrshire. He's the famous poet. And this week he told me that I must tell you about Johnny Walker. So Johnny Walker was a grocer in 1805, and he come from Kilmarnock, and he made some whiskey and developed red label whiskey and then black label whiskey. And Johnny Walker is very, very famous for whiskey. So he said that I had to tell you that. So I hope that you enjoyed that little fact. So last week we spoke about how do you know if you're psychic or if you're a medium, and we explained all that. And this week it's kind of like, okay, so now you have this ability, what do we do with it? Because it's actually quite overwhelming, you know. You get all these thoughts and feelings and sensations and things happening, and actually seeing spirit, and you know, it can be quite overwhelming and quite scary. I remember in my early 20s lying in my bed and seeing people at the end of my bed, and oh my goodness, it really I found it very, very scary, because I didn't understand it, and I didn't know what to do with it, and I had nobody to talk to about it, you know. But please don't be scared, because it's only because we don't know and we don't understand that we're scared, because spirit don't come to hurt us. They certainly don't come to hurt us, and I promise you that. They just know that you can see them, and they come and they're trying to get your attention. So you can do one or two things. You can decide that you don't actually want to work with us, and you can close it down, which is absolutely fine, yeah. So if you don't want to see them, you just ask your guides, because we explained about guides last week, yeah, and you just say to your guides, look guys, please take this away. It's scaring me a little bit, yeah, so I don't want to see anything or hear anything. And your guides will deal with it for you, you know. And the other thing that you can do is just put yourself in a beautiful white bubble. So it's you visualize a beautiful white healing bubble in front of you, and you just step into that bubble and know that when you're in there that you're safe and protected in everything that you do. And that was what I used to do every night when I went to bed. I always said a little prayer, invited my guides in. In fact, I used to invite the angels in as well. So I would invite Archangel Michael or some of the other angels in, and ask, because Archangel Michael is the protector. So I would say, please, Archangel Michael, come and look after me. And, you know, you would be safe, you know, nothing bad is going to happen. But I understand how daunting and how scary it is when you just don't understand. So anyway, I tried to push it away for lots and lots of years, and it didn't go away for me. So I ended up learning lots about it. So how do you develop it? How do you learn? So it's like a muscle that's got to be trained, you know. You're given this gift, this ability, but oh my, there's so many facets to it. There's so many different sides to it, you know. And where do you start? You know, I think a lot of people start looking at angels and, you know, like Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, the angel of healing, and we start looking at that kind of way. But the only way to develop and understand that really is by, you know, finding a group of like-minded people And that could be through like a local spiritual church or a development circle. So a development circle is kind of like a group of people who are all of the same mindset as yourself that sit together and they learn together how to develop their abilities. So you would normally sit in meditation, and really meditation's the best way and the only way really to develop those skill sets, because you have to quieten your mind. You have to quieten your mind to feel the subtle impressions that spirit give you, or your guides, or whoever it may be that you're working with. Because when I call it my crazy Wendy head, yeah, so like my everyday Wendy head is running about going, oh, have you got milk? Do you need to go to the shop? What do I need to do? I've got that cleaning to do. I've got a list of things that I need to do. I've got organ. I've got bah, 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 bah. And you cannot work like that, because there's no room for spirit to get in. So you've got to quieten that mind. And that's why a lot of things happen at night time, you know, when you're in your bed, because your mind begins to quiet and it begins to still. As you get tired, your mind quietens down and spirit go, oh, an opportunity. Let's go here. Let's try and get in there. Yeah. Hello. And they try and get your attention. And I remember I used to be lying in my bed and it was like, like these faces would just like literally cut, and I was actually like ducking out the way, you know, and these faces would come at me. And again, I found it quite daunting and quite scary. But the more that you learn and the more that you begin to control what's going on around about you, these things don't happen anymore. So if you give spirit attention, it's like a child, you know, a child will demand attention. And if you give it attention, you can feed good behaviour or you can feed bad behaviour, you know. But if you don't give spirit, if you don't give energy attention, yeah, it won't be there. It'll go away. It'll get fed up. So put yourself in a bubble and just say go away, and then focus your attention somewhere else, and it'll just subside, okay? But if you do want to develop it, the best thing to do is meditation, find yourself a group, quieten that mindset, yeah, and then work on these psychic abilities, which is called the clair abilities. So you've got clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Now, it's not always external, although I did see spirit externally. I don't now. I see it inside my head. I see it inside my third eye, like a see-through picture. Some people see it like a moving picture screen. Not everybody sees and does this the same way. So what is good for one person doesn't work for another person. You are unique. You are your own unique person, and you will find your own way to deal with this. But it's good to listen and understand how other people experience things. Clairaudience is clear hearing. Again, internal, it's not external. It's like my own voice thinking to me, oh, do I need to go to the shop? Oh, Wendy, what about this? But when I'm working and I focus my mind, then I've moved out all those external thoughts, yeah? So I'm fully aware that I'm working with my guides or spirit person, okay? Clairsentience is clear feeling. So it's just about feeling. Now, a lot of people feel spirit come in. So that would be when you get the chills, when you get goosebumps. Oh, I love getting the goosebumps because that's confirmation for me that spirit are close, you know. Or you might feel hot, or you might just have just a feeling about things, you know. So clairsentience is one of the more prominent abilities. Claircognizance is just knowing. So you just know stuff. You just know that phone's going to ring and it's going to be an Auntie Mary. You don't know how you know it, but you know it. And then, oh, lo and behold, the phone rings. Who is it? Auntie Mary. You knew it. So that's claircognizance, is just knowing something, you know, or just having a, you know. Clairalience or clairscent is about smelling. So that's when you can maybe smell cigarette smoke or aftershave or perfume. And we love working with all these clairs because this is what gives us the evidence that we need to prove or disprove that we are working with a spirit person. Clairaudience is taste. So that's a bit tasting. I remember doing a reading, and I could taste Sweetheart Stout, which is it's like a kind of sweet beer that people used to actually drink it when they were pregnant, because of all the nourishment and the vitamins that was in it and the goodness that was in it. And it's good to be able to work on these abilities, okay? And then you've got empathy, which is about feeling, or just knowing, just feeling what other people are feeling. And everyone has a dominant ability. So they're normally clairvoyance, clairaudience, or clairsentience. So what's your dominant ability? What's yours? Have a little think about it and see if you can work out what is your dominant ability. But the best way to work on these abilities, to strengthen them, is to quieten that mind. And if you want to work on clairaudience, you could say, can you play me a song, Spirit? Can you play me a song that you would like to hear? So, or if you want to work on smell, show me your aftershave. Show me something that you like. They might bring a flower in, the scent of a flower, a lily, something like that. Or your clairvoyance, show me. So that is how really to develop those abilities, is by quietening the mind, inviting your guides in and asking them to work with you on these abilities. And then you always thank them for their time, or always thank them for their time. So if you've got any questions for me about developing your abilities, or things that have been troubling you or bothering you that you can't quite understand, I would love to have you on my show. So give me an email to wendymccallum@hotmail.com, or you can get in touch with A1R Psychic Radio to get in touch with me, or you can find me on Facebook for Wendy McCallum Medium. And if you want to see my lovely artwork, that is Wendy McCallum Art. Now, I really want to thank you for taking the time to be with me here this evening to help you understand and develop these abilities, and listen to my dad's lovely little tips from Scotland. So thank you so much. And I hope that next week you will be here also, and you will have lots of questions for me.